What's up, guys? It's your boy Joe Sav with the Extra Sports, and we here today with
Hey, Lon Tab checking in here. What's good? What's good?
yes sir, yes sir. So now today, we're doing a little free agency grading, trading, and all that good stuff. So far, we got Arizona Cardinals with a D, mainly because they added Kaiser White, Zach Pastel, Will Hernandez, and they also re-signed an O-line.
Yeah, I mean, Arizona, they definitely had some glaring holes in their team. Kind of in the air because they fired their head coach this offseason. Kyler Murray is Kyler Murray. We don't know what to really think of him.
Yeah.
They also had some big losses as well as to the few additions as you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
They lost Zach Allen, who was pretty I guess up and coming pass rusher, you could call him. 5.5 sacks he had last year. Byron Murphy, I'm pretty big on him. He was I won't really say a key piece to that secondary, but he was something that was a part of it. And we also had Budda Baker request a trade.
Yeah.
We know Budda Baker is that guy.
Yes, sir.
So what I mean, it's not. I don't know what the direction is for Arizona. That's kind of why we gave him the D, because we don't really know what to think of this roster, really.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, before a couple seasons, they were a pretty solid team. They were doing their thing, but now I don't know what's going on over there in Arizona. But yeah, that's why we gave them that grade. But next team we got on the list is ATL, coming with a C plus. So they added Geno. I almost said Geno Smith. Oh, snap.
We got Jonnu Smith.
Mm-hmm.
They also got Jesse Bates, which is a big get for their secondary. I would personally say he's definitely a top 3 safety in this league. They were signed. Some defense as well. They just traded for Jeff Okudah, which pretty young corner.
Yeah.
Definitely a more better college player than NFL player so far.
I agree.
Healthy. I mean, they signed Chris Lindstrom, to a biddy or a pretty big contract. O-line is definitely something that's really really important in this league, I'd say.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. They also lost. I don't know if he said, but they also lost Isaiah Oliver and Marcus Mariota, which I feel like Marcus Mariota got a lot of talent. Yeah. I didn't think he belonged in ATL. But they got the most out of him, I feel like. But yeah.
And I might add, they have a glaring hole at quarterback, but they don't want to trade for Lamar Jackson. So
that would be crazy. Lamar at ATL, that would be insane. I ain't gonna lie.
That'd be scary for sure.
But next on the list, we don't know where Baltimore's at, so we don't really have a grade for them at the moment.
Yes.
But they also re-signed Nelson Aguilar, and along with Odell Beckham, which is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good for Lamar, but I feel like he needs a little bit more to work with. But I feel like the Ravens still gonna be a solid team. They've been doing their thing. Lamar been pretty much carrying their team, even though they don't really have. At the time, they didn't really had a good solid receiving core.
Yeah, for years.
For years.
Yeah.
But now I feel like they're kind of stepping up to the plate a little bit. They might touch the playoffs. I don't know. It's too early to say that, but it's just definitely possible.
Yeah. I mean, I say as long as Lamar there, you got a shot. I feel like a lot of teams around the league are kind of disrespecting him like he wasn't an MVP. This is a top caliber quarterback, and I feel like there's no reason why he shouldn't either got his money or got out of his situation. So, I mean, I feel like as long as he's there again, they're gonna prosper. But if not, I don't know what to say about Baltimore.
Yeah. Okay.
We gonna come over to the Buffalo Bills. We gave them a B minus. Pretty solid offseason. They retained some key players, Jordan Poyer as one of them, Matt Milano as well. They also signed a running back I'm pretty big on, Damian Harris out of New England. You know, it's a great running back after losing, Devin Singletary. Big Bears fan here. They also lost Tremaine Edmonds. You know, that's my guy now, and that's a pretty big loss for Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
I would have gave them we would have gave them a higher grade, I should say. If they retained him, but that's kind of puts a little hole on their linebacking core, as it was already kind of thin there.
Yeah. I agree. I think that's a solid grade we gave them. But they're still a good overall team. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I feel like the grade could have been a little higher, but I feel like it's good where it's at right now. But Buffalo has been a solid team. You know how Buffalo performed, man. With you got Josh Allen and what's the receiver name? Dang, Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs, man. He's crazy on Madden too. But next on the list we got.
Hey, he know how I get mad at.
All right, we're not gonna get into that right now. But next on the list, Carolina Panthers, coming in at a C plus. We gave them a C plus. They recently re-signed Von Bell.
We got Shy Tuttle. Andy Dalton, Hayden Hurst. Miles Sanders, Julian Love, Adam Thielen, DJ Chark. I feel like their offseason was really just mid.
Yeah.
They traded up with us, Chicago, for the number 1 pick, giving up DJ Moore. You got a head scratcher there, and just because they were one of the teams that spent the most money in free agency so far, I don't think that really made them that much better. I don't really know what to say about Carolina.
I feel like they're building. They're on a building stage. I don't really expect much from them next season, but they're on the building stage.
Yeah.
So next on the list we got my boy Lund, Chicago Bears, man, coming out of
Bear down.
B plus.
Yes, sir.
They got DJ Moore, Tremaine Edmonds, Nate Davis, TJ Edwards, and Dante Foreman, Robert Tonyan.
Hey, we got a whole bunch of shit.
They got a whole load of weapons, man. I'm not gonna lie. They lost David Montgomery. He was putting up some numbers on the fantasy a little bit last year for me, but we'll see how he doing. Where is he at right now?
He went to actually our rival. He went to the Lions.
The Lions.
Yeah, so we gotta see him twice this year. Chicago. Maybe I'm being biased, but we gave him a B plus. I don't want to spoil anything, but that is one of the top grades that we have for any of the teams, and it's for a reason. I feel like we got a lot better, and we still have a whole. We came into this free agency, with the most cap space, and we still have a lot of cap space, and we definitely have a lot of options to pick from at 9 after we traded with Carolina, like I mentioned before. I just feel like we got something growing in Chicago. We definitely still have glaring needs at offensive line, defensive line, but you don't rebuild a team in one night. So I think that I think our GM definitely made the right moves to get Chicago back on the map. I love it. Next up, we do have Cincinnati though, and we gave them a C. They had an okay offseason. They did add Orlando Brown, which is a pretty good tackle. I just feel like he wasn't really worth the money he got, but hey, sometimes you got to overpay for some guys. He just happened to be one of those guys.
Yep.
They got Jermaine Pratt back, and they also picked up Irv Smith Jr. I would say like a low key pickup because they did have a hole at tight end since Hayden Hurst left. Just to see they did lose Jesse Bates, like I mentioned. I don't really know.
Next on the list, we got Cleveland, and we gave them a B. We gave them a B minus. They picked up Juan Thornhill, Dalvin Tomlinson. I don't even know how to say this next name, but
hey, we play on the D line. We don't want to butcher no names.
Yeah, we don't. I'm not even gonna disrespect bro by saying his name wrong. And then Elijah Moore. I like that. I like that pick for them, man.
I love that trade definitely. They also have a need at receiver with Amari Cooper,
Yep.
Donovan Peoples-Jones as like their 2 option. He's not really a 2. He might be more of a 4, really. But, as a 3, that would be a lot better than him being a 2. Elijah Moore was definitely a very low-key pickup. And, I think he's going to take off as soon as he hit Cleveland, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. They also lost Jacoby Brisket along with Greedy Williams. Now, Greedy Williams was that guy in college, man. Like, he was that corner. He was really doing his thing. But ever since he got in the league, his name really hasn't been, ringing bells. So we'll see we'll see what he does. I'm not sure if he got picked up or not by any other team.
Yeah. Also, another corner that they had, Greg Newsome. He also came out with a trade request. That would be, 2 members of their secondary just leaving just like that. So we got to see, what they're doing and how they could put pieces around, Denzel Ward and see if they can improve that secondary. For sure.
Next on the list, we got Dallas. We gave him a B+. They re-signed Tony Pollard. They got Stephon Gilmore. I don't even know how to say this guy's name as well.
I got you. We got Leighton Vander Esch. They also added Braden Cooks, which is great pickup. We're not even going to mention that guy. He's not good. No disrespect. But yeah. I mean, I love Dallas offseason. Stephon Gilmore, he might be a little bit older, but he's one of them. He's one of them guys. For sure.
He is.
Braden Cooks, also kind of like an aging receiver, but still very solid. He's coming from no quarterback in Houston to no quarterback in Dallas, really, with Dak, if we're being honest. But better than Davis Mills. So I think that definitely improved their offense a lot, I would say.
Cool, man. Next on the list, we got my team, Denver Broncos, man. Gave them a C. They didn't really make too many moves this off season. They didn't really pick up anyone major, but we do have the head coach Sean Payton, I think, from the Saints. We also picked up.
I gave up some picks for him too.
Yeah. It was. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what we doing over here in Denver, man. Like, I don't know. I feel like I feel like the grade is decent for where they at. It could have been worse because we was the worst team in the league. Yeah. We are the worst team in the league. But yeah, we picked up Mike McGlinchey. I can't even say. I can't pronounce names today. I don't know what's going on.
Mike McGlinchey,
and then we got Zach Allen and Ben Powers. I don't know any of those guys. Hopefully they really do something on our team. Yeah. But we lost Draymond Jones. It's I don't like seeing anyone leave my team, to be honest, because I feel like we could just build with whatever we have. But now we could still build without him. So next on the list, we got Detroit. We gave them a B. They signed Cam Sutton and
love that pickup from Pittsburgh. Love that pickup.
And David Montgomery, then Chancey Gardner-Johnson, but they also lost. They lost some quality players, man. They lost Jamal Williams, DJ Chark. I don't know how to say that last name, but they lost Jeff Okudah, Deshaun Elliott. But Detroit was doing their thing last year. They got Amon-Ra St. Brown, pretty good receiver, man. He's pretty good. I feel like him alone. I mean, it's too early to say that, but he's a pretty good receiver.
Hold on. What you about to say?
I was just gonna say him alone could really take the team pretty far. But
hey, don't forget they got that boy Jameson Williams too.
Oh yeah.
He got a full season under his belt next year. Yeah. I mean, I seen a lot of people, just around just football fandom, grading the Lions as like having like the best off season.
Yep.
They had one of the top off seasons. I'm not gonna say the best. I definitely love some of their pickups, even though they in my division. Cam Sutton is a great corner. I mentioned how I loved him. My guy David Montgomery and Chauncey Gardner, definitely a big safety for their secondary. But yeah, I mean the pieces that they lost, I feel like they covered it back up. I mean, Deshaun Elliott was a kind of big loss, but like I mentioned, you got Chauncey Gardner. So, I mean, I like Detroit offseason for the most part. I'll say definitely.
Yeah, it was a pretty good, off season for Detroit. I would say.
Yeah.
But next on the list, we got Green Bay. We got Green Bay. Come on, you could take this one.
They added nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost Alan Lazard.
Yeah, some heavy hitters, man.
Aaron Rodgers, a guy like Dean Lowry, Robert Tonyan, who came to us, Chris Barnes. I mean, they just they're in cap hell.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really have anything to do. So yeah, it feels real good for to see the Packers in the dirt. But yeah, I don't see anything growing over there. They got that what's his name? Love.
Is it a safety?
I'm forgetting his first name. The quarterback.
Oh, Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Packers fans just think like he's some type of savior. I don't know where that's coming from. But yeah, Jordan Love isn't gonna save your season.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
he got a long way to go, man.
We're gonna get him an F.
Yeah,
cause
they're not really situated, so
they ain't on nothing.
Yeah, so F is where they're at right now.
Yeah.
Next on the list, we got Houston. We gave them a B+.
One of the better off seasons as well. Definitely one of the better off seasons.
They pick up some solid heavy hitters, man. They got Robert Woods, Jimmy Ward, Chase Winovich, Shaq Mason, Dalton Schultz, Devin Singletary, and then Denzel Parman. Yeah. Those are some pretty good hits. I'm not gonna lie, and especially because Houston didn't really have anything after they lost. They lost a bunch of people, their names really. Houston hasn't really been ringing any bells, to be honest. So I feel like this offseason, this coming up season, they should be doing something with the picks they got. Mm-hmm. They didn't really lose anything for real. This season. They didn't really lose anything, so that's why we gave them the grade that they're at right now, which is a B+. And but yeah, so next on the list we also got the Indiana, the Colts. We gave them a D+. They didn't really, nothing really happened in Indiana.
Yeah, they got Samson Ebukam, who's. He's just a rotational player. You don't really want him to be starting on your team, I don't believe, but. He might start in that situation. Matt Gay, just a kicker. They didn't really add anything. But, we're still waiting to see what's going to happen in this draft. I wish they were a little bit more aggressive to, jump up and get that number 1 pick from Chicago. So, they could get their solidified quarterback. Because, it's dark over there in Indiana. They don't really have a quarterback. Yeah, they lost Bobby Okereke. He's a big time linebacker. Went to the Giants. So yeah, they didn't really add anything. Yeah, let's just hope that they can hopefully snag a Anthony Richardson. If he pans out, I hope they don't take Will Levis, because I'll tell you now, Will Levis is not that guy. We gonna transition to Jacksonville. We gave them a C-. Just another team who didn't really do too much. They were signed Evan Ingram. That
pretty nice. Pretty nice.
He was their guy last year. He did their thing, which is why they made it to the playoffs. They also lost Andrew Wingard. Not really too big. I guess their big loss was Jawan Taylor. Tackle went to the Chiefs. He was a big part of their O-line. He got big money over there. Hopefully they can, build off something, build off of this playoff season, because it looks bright. I would say they got a superstar quarterback. Yeah,
I would say so too.
So hopefully things is looking up for Jacksonville.
I agree, man. Lastly on the list, we got KC, Kansas City. They won. Yeah, the champs. They won they won the Super Bowl, but we still gave them a C minus. You know, Kansas is pretty overrated. I'm not gonna lie, but they do got some teams over there. I mean, they do got some players over there that you know that are pretty nice. So they signed Jawan Taylor, Richie James, and Drew Tranquill. They also lost, you know, Orlando Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, Juan Thornhill. He was, oh my gosh, Juan Thornhill was really nice. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed watching him. Andrew Wiley and McCole Hardman. So I feel like the grade we give them is pretty solid because they did lose they did lose half of their receiving core.
Yeah, and they didn't really like replace it with anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Richie James, but if you watch Giants games, you know, it's just one play, he's going to make a great play.
Yeah.
And the next play, he just drops some easy pass. So you can't really rely on a guy like that. Maybe Sky Moore can take a step and become more so like a solidified guy. They also got Kadarius Toney, who looked pretty good in the playoffs, honestly. You know, I would say he won in the Super Bowl with that kick return, honestly.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Yeah. So yeah, Kadarius Toney, if he's on the field, he's a monster. But the problem is he's not on the field that much.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe they can add, you know, like a receiver and maybe bulk up that O line, protect your quarterback, and try to make another run at the chip again. Yeah, definitely.
You know, there's still a lot of other picks out there, such as Javion Clowney. I think I'm saying his name right. Yeah, it's pretty good, pretty nice. You know, D end.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Take off.
I was gonna say, you know, pretty. I guess he's an aging guy. Could be a nice veteran piece. He didn't, you know, really do that well in Cleveland, but I mean, he's still a good pass rusher.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm hoping my Bears could sign him just like temporarily for this season, because you know I feel like guys like him need a home definitely.
For sure.
Miles Jack, I feel like this is another head scratcher. Maybe because I didn't watch enough Steeler games, but yeah, he's just an available free agent. When he was in Jacksonville, you know, he was definitely one of the top linebackers in the league. So I'm guessing maybe he fell off a cliff in Pittsburgh, and this is why he's available. Also, like Jarvis Landry is also there.
That was my guy.
Yeah, Jarvis. Yeah, I love Jarvis when he was on the Dolphins.
I love watching Jarvis play, man. Especially, oh my gosh, man. Especially if I don't think that duo ever happened. Odell and Jarvis, right? Oh yeah, it did. It did. It happened in Cleveland. That was beautiful. It was like watching.
That was before Baker.
Oh yeah.
Baker ran Odell out of there.
Oh damn.
But yeah, that duo.
That dude was something, man.
Yeah.
Just like how it was in college, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
I enjoy watching those two play, especially when it's together. But Jarvis, I hope someone picks him up. You know, I feel like he's still got a lot in the tank. You know, I feel like he's still, you know, he could still do a lot on a team.
Yeah.
But we'll see where Jarvis goes. Hopefully by next week, someone, you know, has him on his team. It will be crazy. It will be really cool to see, you know, the Ravens pick him up.
Yeah,
too.
team up. You know, team up.
That would be something nice to see. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that wraps up this video. We got more, you know, as free agents, you know, get picked. We report it on the network as well.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for tapping in. You know, it's a pleasure. Yes, sir.
Like, comment, and subscribe. And you know, if you want some more Yes Sir Sports videos, trying to get into some sports, hey, hit that video right above me. And you know, we clocking out, man. Peace.